my goodness. Welcome to our bonus masterclass. I want to start off today with two things. Firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody. Thank you so much for being part of this week. It has been incredible. It's been absolutely amazing. Your changes, your shifts, your transformations have blown me away. And do you know what? All we've done is 90 minutes of free content. And wow, look at the progress everybody is making. So I want to start with gratitude from me to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for signing up. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for taking part. Second thing I want to do at the beginning of this training is a celebration. So I'd like to invite you all, stick it in the chat if you're joining us live, stick it underneath this video replay if you're on the replay. What are you celebrating right now? What is going well for you? What are you happy about? What are you proud of? Like, what are you celebrating with? Because so often we're just like, well, yeah, I'm doing this, but we're always on to the next thing. Like, let's stay in the moment. Let's feel grateful. Let's feel happy. Let's celebrate. So come on, guys, give it to me in the chat. Hit me up with it underneath this video on the replay. I'll plug my headphones in because I never feel like I can hear so well. That would be amazing. I really, really want to know. Okay. Today, as well as gratitude, as well as celebration, we are focusing on how to inject some cash into your business right now. Okay. What an amazing topic. You guys, do you even know what an amazing position you're in? You have a business. This means you can control how much money you make. Yeah. If you've got a job, however hard you bust your backside, you're always going to get X. It's called a salary. When you have a business, the sky is the limit. Do you even realize that, guys? The position that you are in, whether you've got 100 clients or you've got 2, you have the potential, you have the ability, you have it all there at your fingertips to make 10 times the money. You could double your income from one month to the next if you want to. It is all available to you. What you're possibly missing is a mindset shift and some how-to. And you're going to get both of those today. Okay, so let's hit the chat. What are we grateful for? What are we celebrating with? Oh, yes, Vicky, you had an article published. Absolutely amazing, exciting plans for your business. Oh, I can't wait to hear about them. That's awesome. Persevering with your business. Yes. Oh my goodness. All that's going to change. Love that. Oh, amazing. So what are you grateful for and what are you celebrating? Honestly, replay, hashtag gratitude, hashtag celebration. I want to hear from everybody. I really do. We've got so much to celebrate this week, guys. Like I said at the beginning, the shifts, the changes, it's just blown me away. It's been absolutely incredible. So how are we going to get some dosh into your business quickly? First of all, how much money do you want to make? Okay. How do you want to structure things in your business and how much money do you actually want to make? Is passive income the answer? I'm going to talk about passive income in a second. It's like such a hot word. I was like, oh, I just want to create passive income. But there's a couple of reality truths I'd like to serve up for you because passive income can be awesome. But I'm going to give you the real truth about passive income in a second. So what I'm going to run through today, high ticket offer, running an event, masterclass, ebooks, and online courses. Okay. And I will talk a little bit, I don't have a slide on it, but I will talk a little bit about launching as well, because what breaks my heart is when I see practitioners, therapists go, okay, I'm going to create this thing. They take hours, months, weeks, years, all this energy, all this money, all this time, and then nobody buys it because nobody knows about it and they have got no idea how to launch it and they haven't done those mindset upgrades to feel ready for more, ready to sell more, ready to receive more. So that is a really important thing to remember as well. It's not just what's the idea, it's what are you going to do with the idea as well. So how much money do you want to make? Like, are you looking for, like, I don't know, a quick £500, $500 or something? You just want to, I don't know, just want to go buy something. You want to go and buy some horsey gear, or you want to go and buy, I don't know, pay for repairs on a car or something? Or are you looking to take double your business income. Like, it is all possible. There is no number that you could share with me. It's a safe space to share. That would be silly. So you might want an extra £100. You might want an extra $10,000. It doesn't matter. But what is it you want? You need to know that. Like we were talking about yesterday and the day before, numbers are so, so important in your business. Okay. So get clear and share. Yeah. Because if you can't tell us what you want to make, how can you tell the world? Okay. Business structure. I've talked about this already. Multiple offers just makes so much sense. Okay. Think about your wine, like if you're out somewhere, or think about a wine list. Even though I don't drink wine anymore, wine list. You're out for dinner at a restaurant, and you think, okay, well, I'm not gonna have the cheap one. And then you think, okay, well, I might just treat myself. Like, look at the top end of the menu, and then you go, what? £100 for a glass of wine? I'm not paying that. And then you come back down to the middle, and then you go, oh, actually, it seems quite reasonable after all. So it's the same for your business. High ticket makes sense because it means that people can pay you more money. It means you can get greater transformations for a limited number of people. It also pushes people back to your main offering, which is always going to be your in-person treatment. And then having something that's cheaper, not discounting your main service, but something that is smaller, therefore costs less, or is free, again, makes sense, because a free offering or a low ticket offering is perfect as like a warm-up. It's perfect for people that don't know you, or they're just like a bit on the fence. They can get to know you. You can dish up some value. Mid is always going to be your, as I said, your in-person offering, and then that high ticket offer, which we'll talk about in a second. It just makes so much sense. Okay, because when you just got one offer, like we talked about yesterday, you can just have one offer, but it's how you package it. But again, I really love it when people have more than one. It makes business sense. It makes your life easier. And it just, like, subconsciously, the psychology of sales, it works. Okay. And remember, we talked about yesterday, business is about your clients, not you. So if you're thinking, oh, well, if I put this high ticket thing together, nobody will buy it. Well, that's not up to you to decide, is it? Nobody can buy something that doesn't exist. Yeah. That's not going to work, is it? So it's all about taking you out of the equation, taking all of your mental rubbish, that old programming, those old limited negative beliefs out, and going, how could I truly serve these horses, serve these dogs and their walking credit cards, their owners? How can I truly help my clients? What is it that they really need? And then base that accordingly. Yeah. So just a reminder, business is always about them, not you. Okay. Passive income. Really want to touch on this. As I said, I think it's such a something I hear all the time. People say, oh, I want like a passive income stream in my business. So here is the real truth from somebody that has a really successful online business. Yes, I still do the odd bit of in-person stuff, but my business is predominantly online these days. Passive income. What does that even mean? Well, a couple of ways of looking at it. Generally, when we say passive income as a business term, how that is referred to in the online business space is something that is totally on autopilot. You've created this thing, and it will generally be in a fairly complicated funnel, which I'll explain what that means in a second. You create this thing, be it a masterclass, be it an online course. You run ads to it. People see this. They generally see a free version. So say they see a free masterclass, that sells them in to the course. Meanwhile, you're off on a beach in Bali doing nothing. Yeah, that is true passive income. You create it once, sell it multiple times. Sounds amazing, hey? Like everybody wants a piece of that. In reality, that is doable. Yeah, it is 110% doable. It can take months to years to set it up. Now, it's quite a big setup because not only do you need to build the thing, so you need the course, you need the free bit of the funnel, you need to drive people to that. You need a lot of traffic. Online conversion rates are 1% to 2% for a cold audience. So if you've created this free masterclass to sell into an online course, you get it in front of 100 new people, and one person buys that, that is success. And you might be thinking, what? Only one person bought? That's rubbish. No, that's great. That's industry standard. 1 to 2 people would buy that out of 100. So for you to fund your beach in Bali, you riding your horse all day, you walking your dog along a nice summer's beach and chilling out, you've got to get it in front of hundreds of thousands of people to give you that income out the other end that you want. So it's not that it's not possible, it is totally possible, but it's not quite as easy as create one thing and just put one Facebook post up and then it sells, yeah, which is what quite a few people seem to think that is. So I really want to touch on passive income, because what I'm really interested in, it's not totally passive income like I've just described. What I love teaching on is how to help more of your clients in a way that isn't just you in the car, one horse over here, treat this dog here, back in the car. So how can we go beyond what I call the one horse or the one dog model? How can we go beyond trading time for money, which is where many of you are right now? And you're still going to want to do that, of course, like that one-to-one connection, you can't beat that. But that puts a limit on your business. It puts a massive ceiling on your business. There's only so many appointments you can physically do. And I think anybody that's had a really busy week will know there's only so many appointments you even want to do. There's only so many appointments you can fit in, like in time constraints, but also physically and emotionally, it's pretty draining on your body. So I think of passive income as true passive income. That might be something you want to explore. But also, I'd love you to open your minds today to easier ways that you can make money, where you can have a kind of halfway house between that true passive and that one horse or one dog model. Yeah, is everyone with me? Does that make sense to everybody? Like I said, this true passive income I've been describing, you're going to need tech, team, and a serious ad budget to get it in front of that many people. There are easier ways to make money now, and that's what I want to talk to you about, because passive income, again, so doable. I can support people with doing this, but it is not a tomorrow I've got some cash in. Yeah, it takes time. You're better off nailing the offer than scaling it. So you're better to test and try and get paid while you do that, to create something that works, that people want, and then you can scale it, and then you can create something that is more hands off in the future. Okay, because in reality, there's very few things, unless you've got a ridiculous ad budget and people to do everything for you, that are truly hands off with online things. Okay, so that's passive income. It has a place, it can be amazing, but quicker and easier ways to have a cash injection in your business. So I'm going to talk first high ticket offer. Okay, high ticket offer scares the pants out of people sometimes. But to me, this is the easiest way to get some cash in your business right now. Great, like when I gave you my wine list analogy, greater results and transformations. Okay, that's what you're looking for. You're looking to help people work more closely with people, help them more, get them to achieve more. It takes more from you, so it's going to cost them more. Yeah. So what is it people ask you for right now? Like, if you're thinking, okay, yeah, this is interesting, but you think, I don't know what I do. What do people ask you for right now? What do you see people struggling with? Where do you see people need your help? Okay. Couple of suggestions for you. Solve a client problem. And this goes back to why you need to know your clients, like inside out. Be that it's a seasonal issue, be that it's something competitive. Solve an issue, a problem that they have right now. Remember, we talked yesterday about genuine scarcity and urgency to buy. Yeah, we were talking about, for those of us UK, Europe based, finally going into spring. I do believe that's going to be on the horizon at some point. Spring fitness, spring wellness. Yeah, that kind of fits for right now as we're recording this. But if it's just supporting them with something that might be nice, like a more supple horse or a happier dog, well, it's lovely, but there's no kind of need for it right now. Okay, so an actual problem they've got right now can be really good. Support them to get a specific outcome. So, for example, rehab, not just doing the exercises with them, helping them on that journey, like really supporting them on that journey. So maybe it's doing a lot more of the exercises for them, as well as just the kind of standard, say, I don't know, say you're starting with the weekly sessions. Maybe you're visiting more and doing more of that with them. Maybe it's that you're kind of mentoring and coaching them and supporting them on that journey, as well as being hands-on with that animal. So supporting clients to get a specific outcome. Perhaps they've got a particular competition goal in mind. Perhaps they've got a riding or training goal in mind with maybe a training goal or a competitive goal with their dog, if they've got a sporting dog. And it's always easier to sell to existing clients. Remember what we said? People buy when they know, like, and trust you. So your easiest way for cash injection is to create something that you can sell to your current clients right now. That is by far and away the easiest way to inject some cash into your business. And for those of you thinking, oh, I like the idea, but this sounds a bit terrifying, mindset shifts for you, okay? It is easier to sell less of anything at a higher price. It really is. And you might be thinking, that's just nuts. That is just old mental programming, because it is a lot harder. It's so much harder than you think to sell 100 units of whatever this thing may be at £10. Yeah. So that'll give you £1,000 or $1,000. But to actually get 100 people to buy something, despite the fact it's only £10, it is really hard work. Okay. It's doable. Do not get me wrong. It's totally doable. I've sold hundreds of conference tickets. I've sold over 100 people into webinars. It is possible. But if you're new at creating another income stream, it is easier to get one person to pay you £1,000 than it is to get 100 people to pay you £10. And I know you're sitting there thinking, that can't be right. But honestly, it is. Remember those conversion rates. If you're selling to people you already know, you're going to convert higher than 1 to 2%. But if you want to sell 100 units of something to make this £1,000, this cash injection that you want really soon, yeah, you're going to have to get beyond your current audience. You're going to have to reach new people to sell it, because just say you've got, I don't know, 1,000 people follow you online. Well, half of them won't see the content. So let's just say we're down to 500. Out of that, will a fifth of them or 20% all buy? Probably not. Depends what you're selling, depends how accessible it is, depends on the price point, but they won't all. You think they will, but they won't. It's just how it is. If people don't see the right thing for them at exactly that right moment, they just don't buy. So I'd love you to do a mindset 360 on this, because if you're thinking, I could never sell something for £1,000, who on earth would pay that? I could never do that. She's crazy. Those are just money blocks. Yeah. That is old mental programming. And thank those blocks for coming up, because that is showing you what inner work you need to do. That is showing you what you need to release. Okay. Because if you don't think you've got enough value to give £1,000 worth of value, well, that's a different thing. But if you honestly don't believe, if you think you've got value, you don't think anyone will pay for it, that's just blocks. That's just money blocks, and you can release those. Okay. What are we talking about all week? We've been talking about fix the feelings. Imagine if you sat in the energy of people want to pay me money. People love to work with me. My work is of high value. It's worthy of massive compensation. Imagine if you sat in that energy and then spoke to people about how you could help them. What a difference that would be. So high ticket offers, that may well have blown people's minds in the nicest possible way. But honestly, it is so much easier to sell less at a higher price. Imagine if you did sell your 100 spaces or whatever it was, or ebooks or something at £10, and then every single person emailed you because they needed something. That's a lot of admin. It's a lot of work, particularly if you don't have a team behind you. So do a bit of a mindset flip on that one. High ticket offer, the only thing stopping you is yourself. And that might sound a little bit harsh, but it's totally, totally true. Like, you could change someone's life by doing more intensive work with them. You really, really could. I look at amazing former clients who went through the Expert Academy in 2021. She came in as a massage therapist, but she liked doing that, but that wasn't what she wanted to do. And she wasn't quite sure how she wanted to direct her business. As a result of doing that 12-week program, she developed a high ticket offer, and she is absolutely flying and smashing it. She works with people one-on-one, a handful of clients, really closely, gets these amazing shifts and changes. And massage is still part of that, but it's like one of the tools. It's not the thing that she does. And it's just changed her life massively. She is an equine relationships coach now, and she's a speaker. She's super busy, and it's incredible. I remember her messaging me last year, I think February time, saying she'd made more money in those first like 6 weeks of 2022 than she had in all of the year before. And a high ticket offer, she has crushed it. She really has. And I've got another amazing client right now, created a high ticket offer, and is just absolutely smashing it. And it's down to doing the work of what you believe is possible. Yeah. The people that have success with these high ticket offers have worked on creating the certainty for themselves that people want this, that people need this, that this is of value, and that people will buy it. And then they do. Because when they fix those feelings, imagine then promoting it. Yeah. With that certainty, with that energy that people want it. It's so different. Yeah. Because why is there not surely one person out there, particularly if you're going to do something that you can do online, because then you can help anybody in the whole wide world. If you ask yourself this, is there honestly not one person out there in the entire world that would pay me £500 or pay me £1,000 for my skills and my support? Of course there is. I mean, in reality, there's a lot more than one person. If you just said, is there one person out there? Of course there is. 100 million% there is. We're so conditioned that an appointment's got to be £50, £60, £70, or $100, $150. But it doesn't mean that that's all you can offer. Yeah. Honestly, guys, think long and hard. This is gold dust for your business. You should all have a high ticket offer in place, because it just makes it so much easier. It makes it easier to sell your mid-price, and it makes it easier for the right people to say yes to you, because no one can buy what doesn't exist. Okay, that's high ticket offer. Next thing, in-person events. Now, this is where I started my entire business. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to running in-person events. I have run, oh my word, I think over 60 in-person training courses. So much fun. And I'm really excited to be doing some more in-person events this year because of lockdown. I've not done anything since January 2020 was our last in-person event. So I'm super excited to bring those back this year. They're so much fun to run. There is a big demand for in-person events right now because we all just stayed home for so long. Connection. You get to actually meet people and talk to them and find what they want. And it's really easy to then have an upsell, either selling into another program, another event, or something more high ticket. You could present it yourself, or you could have speakers. Think of the results and transformation that you would like people to get out of the day, because that forms your marketing, okay? Because if you think, oh, I can like stand up and talk to a load of people, I wouldn't know what to say. You don't have to do it. You don't have to. You could just literally organize it and have people to deliver content for you. You just need an idea and market it and sell the spaces, okay? So much fun. In-person events. I think this is such a quick and easy way to get some cash into your business right now. Yeah. You get 10 people in, they pay you £100, £150, boom. Yes, you've got expenses to pay, but what an easy way to move your business income forward quite quickly, quite easily. The best events, you need a quality kind of venue. Like I do not want to pay £150 and sit in a cold tack room, okay? I used to run all my horse for stake courses in hotels. You don't actually have to have the animals with you. Believe it or not, I have run very successful training days about horses with not a horse in sight, okay? So you want a quality venue, you want good resources, and food is so important. That is literally makes or breaks the day. When you feed people, and let's be honest, anybody that's walking dogs or riding horses or mucking out something before they come, they were starving. They just remember it. They remember it so much, and it just feels so much more like abundant and generous. Yeah, of course, price that in by all means. It doesn't need to come out of the profit, but it just makes the attendees feel so looked after. Yeah. And remember, you don't have to be the expert. You can be the organizer. You can be the host. without having to be the all singing, all dancing expert for the day. You really want a clear plan for after the event, because these people have just paid you money. You fed, watered, and trained them all day. They're loving you right now. When you go at the end of the day, oh my goodness, guys, this has been amazing. I'd love to see you all on our part 2 course in 6 weeks' time, or whatever it is. Here's the date, here's the link. That, a lot of them are going to say, oh yes, please, I'll do that. You want to make sure you've got a plan, because when people are ready to buy, you don't want them kind of cooling off. Like, how many of us have been to, I'm thinking of like really popular horsey events. That's the best time to sell the tickets for next year, is pretty much immediately after the event has just happened, because it's still fresh in your mind. You're still thinking, oh my goodness, I so enjoyed that. I really want to go back there next year. If you get offered a discounted ticket pretty soon afterwards, boom, you're in, you're sold. Otherwise, you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Boom, totally forgotten about it. So have a clear plan for what you're going to do afterwards. It's a great way, training in person, to reach a new audience. So people may know you as a therapist, but then when you're like, okay, I'm running a day on, I don't know, poles, I'm doing a training session on biomechanics, I'm doing strength and conditioning, I'm doing this extra thing, they'll see you in a whole nother light. And it just may mean that you get in front of totally new people. Really great way to bump up your expert status. Care, management, conditions are all good things to present on. Strength and conditioning, as I've mentioned, posture, they're already like hot topics owners want to know about. And seasonal, something that is relevant to that time of year, can be really, really good to run an event on. Like I said, £100 per ticket, 150, 10 people, boom, in. 20 people, brilliant. I would keep in-person events work really well between 10 and 20 people. 25, if you want to get a good rapport and feel like you actually get to know people, have no more than 25 people. If you want to run a much bigger event, like a conference, fantastic, great. It's great to get, 100, 200 people together. But I think if you want to just get something going quick, 10 people is a lovely number, because it's enough to get a bit of atmosphere, but not so many that it's overwhelming, or you need a huge big venue. So in-person event, so much fun to be had with those. Okay, idea number 3 for cash injection are webinars and masterclasses. Quick and easy. Everybody has a laptop and or a phone, yeah? Quick and easy for you to set up. Pretty much no setup costs. We know now that everyone's granny can use Zoom. Like, everybody can also join a webinar or masterclass. It's not like, pre-lockdown, when we'd be a bit like, oh, I don't know how you do that. Is that on Skype? It would seem a bit more complicated. Now we're just old hands at it all, okay? Everybody can have an online income stream in their business. They really can. And what I see so much is these, we talked about this yesterday, really great months, all the clients, the money's coming in and everyone's happy. Boom. Maybe you take a week off. Maybe the weather's bad. I've been hearing from so many people, oh, it was really wet. Oh, it was such a rubbish February. Oh, it's so quiet in January. And in reality, if you look back if you've been in business a number of years, you look back, maybe there are seasonal trends. Maybe there are seasonal trends where it is quieter at some point of the year. This is why it's not waiting, having a bad month and then going, oh, what am I going to do? It's having a plan so that you've got other bits of money coming in. So that if you've got a client, 2 clients move house, 3 people cancel because they're unwell, and you've just lost 5 appointments in a week, that's annoying, but it gives you some time back. But because you have something else that happens in your business, it's not a disaster. And a webinar or masterclass, if you're thinking, oh, I'd love to have something online, the simplest way to start. It really, really is. It's so unscary. It really is. There's no big investments needed. You don't have to, hire a venue. You just need a quiet room and an internet connection, okay, which I hope everybody has got, because they're all running your businesses. So really, really great place to start. It really is. How are you going to do it? You can do it face to camera, or you can have slides like I'm presenting with right now. But you don't need, if you think, oh, I don't want to write slides, you can just talk. Yeah, it can be super simple. You can do it by Zoom, which is what I love using, or you can do it as a paid Facebook event. So Facebook collects the money, takes a little bit out of it, but then shows it to people, and the people that pay will be the only ones that you see it when you go live in that little group. I would suggest having 3 to 5 teaching points, because you want people to take action. What have I been saying all this week? It's not just information. You need to go and implement it. That's where the transformation happens. You want a title and a topic that grab people's attention. Our minds are always inspired by, something that makes us feel curious, something where we think, oh, I don't know that. One of the posts we gave you this week is, okay, I want to help people achieve X in whatever time frame. Something like that. If it was just, if your webinar is titled Arthritis in Dogs, yeah, okay, that might get some attention for some people. But if it was like 5 things you didn't know about arthritis, 5 easy ways to help your arthritic dog, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't even have an arthritic dog. That sounds much more appealing. So the success of a webinar, the title is going to make or break it. Okay. You can have how to price this. I see them priced 25 to 30, depending on the speaker. I think 15 to 25 is a really great starting point, depending on how comfortable you're feeling. So yes, you can see if you want to make a bit of a cash injection, you're going to need to sell more spaces, okay? Again, totally doable. But if you think, okay, this is my cash injection, I'm going to set up a webinar or a masterclass, and you only do 1 Facebook post about it and 4 people book on, well, that's brilliant. It's an amazing start, but it may not give you quite the traction you want. So you just need to be prepared to market it more, to sell more spaces. Okay, but masterclass, so much fun. And again, it's such a great way. It's like a great way of creating a resource library, isn't it? Because once you've done it, you've got that recording, you can then continue to sell it in the future. And this is, we talked about passive income stream. Start with something that feels doable and then nail your offer, and then you can scale it in the future. It would be a great, great resource to have. Okay, this is what I hear as limiting beliefs and blocks about running masterclasses, webinars online. I'm not techie. Who wants to listen to me speak? So you don't need to be techie. Like you've managed to sign up for this challenge. You've managed to get into the Zoom for this or watch the replay. It doesn't need to be complicated, okay? Zoom is super intuitive and easy to use. Who wants to listen to me speak? Well, that goes back to what we've been saying all week about feeling good enough, getting that vibe. Imagine if you worked for a month before you promoted something on telling yourself, Pete, I'm an expert. People love to hear from me. My words have the power to change lives, or whatever you needed to believe. If you got into that and you told yourself, you conditioned yourself, you retrained your brain, it would be easy to sell it, wouldn't it? I see people procrastinating over this. They're like, oh, you've got an idea. Because in reality, it's not hard, yeah? You need a link where people pay you, and you need a place to host it. That could be a Facebook Live, or it could be Zoom, and you just need like a Stripe link or a PayPal button where people pay you the money. And then you just need to send them the link, show up, do the stuff, thank them, and if you're very sensible, have something to sell to them afterwards. It's not really that difficult, yeah? So this is what I see. I see people go, yeah, I'm going to do that, and then do nothing with it. Or I see people set it up and do all the hard work, but then they don't promote it enough. So they've got like a handful of sales, which, as I said, is a great starting point. But remember this 1 to 2%. So sharing your event into one Facebook group is not going to cut it. Yeah. If you're looking for a cold audience, you're going to need potentially 1,000 people to see it. Yeah. It really is a lot of people to see something to get the income burst that you might be looking for. Okay. But again, it's all doable. You just need to make sure you've got a bit of a marketing plan for that. If you want to run a masterclass, I always suggest running with a small number for your first one to just test it out. Or something I've done before ahead of conferences so that I don't have tech issues on the day, because I know I'm good with my tech. I know that the tech is going to work for us. But if people are worried about joining something online, give them the opportunity to come. I used to call it a tea and chat. So I'll be like, look, I'm going to be sitting on Zoom from 4 until 4:15 with a cup of tea. Come and log in, say hi. You know it's working for you, then you'll be all good on the day. Because what you don't want, particularly if you're presenting yourself, is to be like, hey guys, welcome to the masterclass. Oh my goodness, I've got WhatsApp messages, I've got emails, people can't get in, they're stuck. So test it out. Yeah. That may be for you, or it's more likely to be for the people joining, but it's a really good thing to do, so you know it's going to work. Okay. But having run countless webinars, the tech is pretty straightforward. Like, I'm not overly techy, it's doable. Okay. But I think it's good to test. Okay. Ebooks. Who's ever fancied doing an ebook? Something I often hear people say, oh yeah, I'd really like to do an ebook. Ebooks are a low ticket offer. Yeah. And like, remember, if you think back to the beginnings and having that business structure, there is a place for them 100%. I see them priced from $2.99 to $19.99. It's a quick, easy win for your clients. You know, like, if you're just like, oh, I'd really like to know about how to support my dog with whatever post-surgery. Yeah. And you've got an ebook about, I don't know, 10 things you need to know, post-surgical support. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll have that. Or I don't know, it's about looking after your laminitic horse this spring. Boom, yeah, I'll have that. Yeah, quick, easy win for the client. And this is something that can be really hands-off. You create it once. It's out there in the ether, it's out there, people can buy it. There's a link, people can buy it, and it gets automatically delivered to them. Amazing. But again, you're going to need an automated funnel to sell this, because what you don't want is someone go, oh, can I have the link to buy it? Yeah, okay, here's the link. Oh, okay, brilliant. Oh, I'm not at home right now, but when I get back to the office, I'll email it over to you. Like, that's fine to get out the first 5 copies or so, but that's not sustainable moving forward. You're going to need to have it on an automated funnel. So what I want to talk about, sales funnel, that's where you've got your freebie, people are downloading that or accessing that. It takes them into an email sequence. Then they get the next level to buy, and then it delivers that to them. Yeah. So to get the number of sales out the bottom, you need to put more people in the top. Yeah. It's a funnel for a reason. And to set up a funnel, again, it's totally doable, but it takes time. It needs you working on the marketing. I think ebooks are a great starting point for building up a new audience. I think they're a really useful thing to have as part of your business. Not the easiest way, in my mind, to have a quick cash injection, which is what we are specifically talking about today. We're looking at how you can get off that treadmill of, February was quiet and now I'm going to be catching up until like June. Like, how you can go, okay, I am where I am. I want some dosh. I want to pay for a holiday. I want X, I want this thing. You've got your motivating factor, and now I want to increase some revenue to buy it. This is what we're looking at today, how you can get this cash injection. So ebooks have a place. You can get lost in the tech, although it's not horrendously complicated. But again, if you're new to doing things online, it could be a little bit derailing. But again, you're going to have to sell quite a lot if we want to make that first 1,000, first 10,000 of extra cash income in your business. How to with ebooks: Canva, designer with 2 R's. That's not a typo. There's always typos in my presentations. That's actually not a typo. That's quite a good platform to use. Pay someone to do it for you. You do need a clear plan to market it. Again, you know, I said this, I see this all the time. People create planners and journals and these amazing resources and guides. They post about it twice, and then they are really disheartened when they've sold like 3 to a couple of people they already know. You need a plan of how you're going to be continually marketing this and talking about it. Again, all possible, all doable. Is that what you want though? Is that what you want to be doing, is marketing something as well as your in-person services? No right or wrong answer. You just need to think what's going to work best for you. Online course is my final offering for you today. And then I've got a few more things I want to run through. Online course, again, I see a lot of people say, oh, I want to make an online course. Yeah, great. The danger with an online course is people spend ages creating something, but they haven't sold any of it, and they haven't worked on building up an audience. They haven't told people that they're building this course. So when they spent 6 months making it and loads of time and loads of money making it, recording all these videos, there's nobody there to buy it. Yeah, you really want to be working on audience growth and audience building and that connection and taking people on the journey, which is why I have a really specific way I teach this, which is all about creating one part, selling part one to the first people, getting more people, selling them part one, and when the first people have finished part one, sell them part two, and so forth, because it's so much easier rather than waiting 6 months, producing this thing, posting about it twice, and selling one. That doesn't make any sense at all. Online courses are amazing. I have 3 online horse care courses. I have an online business course as well. Fantastic. It's a great offering in your business. You just want to structure it in a way that you can sell it as you create it. So with an online course, it's going to be deeper learning. Like it's like the big brother of the masterclass, isn't it? So you really need to be clear on the results you're offering. Again, a pitfall I see. Okay, I know loads on this subject. And I did this with my first online course. So there's no shame here. I was like, I know so much about horse first aid. I'm just going to basically word vomit everything I know into this course. In reality, it's then so overwhelming. It's not structured with the end user in mind. It's not focusing on the results that you want to offer. It's just like, look. So yes, there's some amazing stuff in there, amazing information, but you really want to start with what is the end goal for the person taking part in this course. When they've finished it, what can they now do? What's the change? What's the difference? What can they now do that they couldn't before? Because that's how you're going to sell it. Yeah, results work. So you need to be really clear on the results. Like I said, a pre-sale is so useful. Create one module, sell as you go. Yeah, teach it live, sell the recording is another great way of doing it as well. Because that way and it depends how you're doing it as well. And if you're using real life horses to demo stuff, yeah, some of that you're going to have to pre-record. But so much of it you can teach live and then sell the package the recordings into like the finished course and sell that. But create a bit, sell, create and sell is by far and away the best way to do it. How to, Thinkific, Teachable, Kajabi, great platforms. I use Thinkific. What do you price it at? Online courses, I would personally think if it was below £100, I don't think I'd think I was going to really learn anything. Does that make sense? So we talked yesterday about it's almost too cheap, like we don't trust it on a subconscious level. We've made a judgment. If something was priced, I'm seeing like the masterclass is sort of 30-ish. Yes, you could maybe have something around the sort of 75 mark. Much below that, I just think it's a webinar. And I would assume, I wouldn't even read any further. I would just assume it's basically like 1 or 2 units, and I'm not really going to get anything out of it. So you can price definitely higher than a masterclass. And yeah, I've paid for online courses which have been £3,000, and they've been great. So that's a big, broad price bandwidth there I've shared with you. It's really down to the results. When I paid £3,000 for an online course, it's because I wanted a specific result that was worth more than £3,000. So if you want to create an online course which you can sell at £3,000, amazing, totally go for it. But make sure the value's there and the results you offer are equal or preferably more value than 3,000. And think all the time, what is the outcome? What do you want this end person to be able to do, feel, behave, now know what they're doing differently? Because that is how you market it. So with courses and ebooks, creating it isn't enough. They don't just magically sell. I've been saying this the whole way through, like you need a roadmap, you need a plan, particularly when you're, this isn't your entire business, you're adding something into your business. You need an engaged audience, which is why we've been talking about audience creation and how you need, we're talking on Tuesday on our client attraction day, but how you need that connection and you need that consistency. Again, it breaks my heart when I see people, they get so busy doing their online course, they forget about the audience building, and then their audience is gone. The audience is checked out when they come back to sell it. So you need to have a plan for marketing it. You need to be building up your audience whilst you're creating something. And this is a great thing to have in your business, but it may not be your quick, fast cash strategy. which is why I place most value for quick cash. If you want quick cash in the next 30 to 60 days, high ticket offer and in-person events are the fastest way. All these ideas I've shared are so valuable, all things you can implement in your business. But if you're thinking, right, I want X in X days, 30 to 60 days, then I would go for one of the first two options. So which one is right for me? Now, I've shared these amazing suggestions with you, and the information I'm sharing is information that I have gained from personally creating things, selling them, bringing them out to market and making money out of them. It's what I've taught clients. It's what I've got my clients to go and do. So what I'm talking about really does work. But how do you decide? I've given you 5 choices. You might be like, oh, I don't know, which one do I want? This to me is a sensible checklist to walk yourself through. How much time have you got? Because as you can imagine, it's a lot quicker to rustle up a masterclass than it is to create, a 20 module online course. Your personality. If talking in front of a load of people is literally your idea of the worst possible day, then maybe presenting an in-person training event is not fun for you. But actually, maybe your masterclass feels kind of safer and more comfortable because you're just behind a computer. It's not so confronting. And maybe if you don't like big groups of people, that high ticket offer, just working with think of your favorite client, think of your dream client, and what else you'd love to do and do with them and help them with. The high ticket offer is available to everybody. It really is. If you're thinking which one is right for me, think of your size of your audience. If you've literally got 5 Facebook followers, that's fine. I started with 5. Everybody starts with 0. Don't forget that. You want, again, you'd be better to focus on audience building and take your audience on the journey while you create something, rather than trying to market something where you need lots of sales. And what do you need right now? What is it your business needs? Not just right now, but what does it need to give you the best next 12 months? Cash injection, or is it reoccurring income that you're looking for? And maybe it's both. So maybe I need some fast cash now, but I also really want to kind of protect my income so that I don't have those feast and famine months where, as I said earlier, yes, this month was amazing. Oh, quieter month. And then it's those catch-up months, which means that then you feel like you've got about 6 bad months, when in reality you just had 1 quiet month, but you had to play catch-up, which means it just doesn't all feel quite as easy and in flow as it could do. Okay, a few things for you to consider. Free versus paid, something I ask about all the time. Free content has a lot of use, a lot of value, and it leads into paid content. So there's a lot of use in having free content. You need a way to take money. Yeah. Don't forget that one. It's easy. It's so cool. I'm going to make a this and that. You need an easy way to take payment. I do not want to send bank transfers to people. It's so annoying. I've tried buying things online where I can see someone's a real kitchen table project and someone's made, I don't know, something that would be nice for my children or something. It's a planner, or it's what they want to buy, something you printed, and a template is what I'm looking for. So you printed and they coloured in or something. I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to support this person. I'm like, oh okay, well I'll send you my bank details later. I'm like, it's like £3. I'm like, I'm not gonna get in the app, sit with a new person, go through whatever security. I can't be bothered. Make it easy. If I'm going to be your client, if I'm going to be your customer, make it easy for me to pay you money. Okay. So Stripe works well. PayPal takes a whacking fee, but people do know PayPal is very, very easy to set up, and Stripe is easy as well. How are you going to deliver the content? So you've made this thing, whatever it is, how do you then get it to people? Because unless it is a physical copy of something printed out, okay, we have to go to the post office, but generally a lot of this you can be going out online. So how are you going to do that? Auto email might be needed, collating email addresses. You're going to manually send the link. How are you going to do it? And what's the client's next step? So what's the next piece on the customer journey? Is it a second masterclass? Does it go masterclass into a course? Honestly, decide this now, because you're missing an opportunity. You've gone to all the effort of creating the first thing, capitalize on it so that you can really make the most out of it, ready for helping them further. Okay. bringing it all together for these 5 amazing ideas. And I've got to come out my slides in a second. I want to share a few other things to round up this most amazing week together. Reoccurring income is key for your business. Avoiding these feast and famine months. Your business and you will thank me for this later. You really want to be looking at your cash flow and thinking, okay, trying to predict, if you sat down and thought, okay, I've got this number of clients, I need to have this many appointments, I see these people this frequently, on average, I appreciate it's not quite as cut and dry as that. So where will I be for the summer months? Where will I be for Q3, Q4? You're going to find there's some quieter places, So have a strategy using some of these ideas so that it doesn't matter if it rains or you have 3 weeks of snow, because you've got another plan. Or you plan to have quieter times seasonally because you plan to make more in other times. And that doesn't just mean that you work like every single daylight hour in the summer. You could have really abundant months where you have more money coming in with an extra income stream, as well as your in-person treating. And then if you do have unexpected seasonal changes, like was just said, more snow than perhaps predicted, you've got a bit of a buffer. So use this to give yourself consistent cash flow. Use it to give yourself overflow in those easier times of year so you can have those savings to fall back on. Imagine this: if you ran 3 events, okay, and you sold 5 high ticket offers, you could be banking 10 to 20,000 pounds extra by Christmas. From where we are right now, pretty much April, just closing Q1 of 2023. You could be there. You could have an extra 20,000 pounds in your business, and not by working like an extra 600 hours. Like, how nice would that be? It is available. It is doable. How would your life look with this extra income? It is totally possible. And if you're telling yourself, oh, I'm just not good with tech, oh, it just sounds a bit complicated, it's not the tech that is stopping you. Can you see that? Haven't you realized it? It's not the things you think that are holding you back. It's just you. As harsh as that sounds, it's just your old programming. It's when you wake up and wear that label of, I'm not good with technology, I don't know how to market myself, I'm not good with business, that's stopping you. Because there's people out there. In this country alone, there's 10 million dogs. And I think there's something like 200,000 horses like on record. I think there's probably more like triple that, and that would be a very conservative estimate. There are people out there that want your help, that need your help. There's enough people. And that's just in this country. That's just in the UK. Think what that is on a global scale. Yeah. And when you have other ways that you can help people with an additional income stream, that is, your potential is just unlimited. The only reason that you don't do this is you. It's not, as I said, it's not the tech. It's not all the things you probably think it is. It's that old programming. It's those old labels. It's that old identity. And as you've seen this week, you can take that off. You can change that. You can stop that, in a heartbeat. How powerful, how amazing is that? Oh my goodness. Right. I've got a couple of other bits I want to chat through, guys. I'd love to talk a little bit about launching, and I'd love to answer any questions on this week and also on today's masterclass. So hit me with any questions, guys, and we will chat briefly on launching, because that is so important. Like, I've given you guys these amazing ideas, and I've given you lots of how-to, like how would you create this ebook? How would you create this masterclass? But now, how are you going to get people to buy it is your next thing to think about. Okay. So one of the things I teach is pre-launch and what I call a hand-raising strategy. So you need this connection, you need this consistency online so you can get people to raise their hands. You can have posts that say to people, who would be interested in this thing? Like, I'm going to be running this. Who's interested? Some of the strategies I've used to launch my online courses, as I've been creating them, do you like this title? Do you like this one? Getting people to vote. You know who's interested. You can see when you have a series of posts going, oh, do you think it looks good with a yellow background? Or do you guys like it with white? Do you like this logo? Do you think this title's too big? He doesn't have to take their advice, but you can see, because it's the same people commenting, instantly who is going to buy it. Yeah. But if you don't do that kind of post, you've got no idea. You've given your audience any kind of lead in that something cool is coming. So pre-launch strategy is absolutely massive. It really is. We've talked all this week about fixing the feelings, and if have got any kind of emotional hangover, people won't buy from me, who am I to create that? You've got to fix that before you go into creating another income stream, because it will feel such hard work. It'll feel like pushing water up a hill. It really, really will. I've advised you today to start with your hottest leads, start with people that already know, like, and trust you, start with your current clients. A high ticket offer is not out of reach like you may think. It is totally, totally doable. And I'd really advise you all to have a really good look into that one, because that could transform your business and is not as difficult as you think to put in place. It doesn't require the tech and the systems. It requires you really understand your clients and you doing that inner work, so you know that you've got the value to give them. So any questions, guys, we just dive into the chat, stick them in. Creating an ebook, pre-recorded webinars. The energy of a pre-recorded webinar is never quite the same. I would always create it live and sell it afterwards. So certainly people will buy the recording of a webinar for sure. I've sold loads of those. But creating it live is so much more fun. And also then you get people's questions, and you can, Danny, you can do a system where you create it cold, so to speak, like you're just you talking to the screen, and then it's set up in a way that makes it look live. So people feel like they're being welcomed in, and they can just select, and you've probably maybe been through a funnel like that, where you can see an ad, you sign up for something, it's like, oh, what time do you want to watch this webinar? Is it 1 o'clock? Is it 6 o'clock? You pick a time, and then you sit down, and it feels like it's live, but actually somebody recorded that probably like a year ago or something, months ago. So pre-recorded webinars can definitely have a place, but I find it so much more fun to record them live, because you get that energy and you can answer questions, and I think I find it easy to keep the energy up for sure. Cheapest way to accept payments from a website, I use Stripe. It takes lower fees than PayPal, and it does it all for me. I don't have to worry about like keeping people's details or anything. Collect email addresses. I mean, great to collect email addresses, Harriet, for sure, because then that could be creating, your email list, which you can then be emailing out weekly. Yeah, like I don't want to do bank transfers. If it's somebody I'm working with all the time, I will be slow to pay you, and not on purpose, because that is annoying for me. If I'm standing there and you've just treated my horse or my dog, and you're like, okay, it's bank transfer, and I stand there and set it up there and then, that's okay. Well, once I've done it, it's not the end of the world to do it, but it's annoying. I'll forget. And then you'll have to chase me for payment. So make it easy. Bear in mind that our fees, so factor that in, but make it super easy, guys, because it's just a money block. If you can't receive the money, if you're making it hard for people to pay you, people won't pay you. You'll attract, like we've talked about already this week, you'll attract those rubbish clients that don't want to pay you money. You're making it harder than it needs to be. And one of the biggest things I believe, live, and teach is that business can be fun and easy. It really, really can. And we've had so much information in this masterclass today, guys. It's been awesome. Thank you so much for joining. I've really, really enjoyed pouring. Literally, I've given you like 5 years worth of ideas into an hour session. But you can just do so much with this. I've given you so much today and all throughout this week. It's been incredible. And you can use this. You can go and put this all into practice. And I know some of you are going to do this, and that is amazing. And I know some of you are ready for more. We've had so many people reaching out saying, oh, Nicola's challenge has been amazing, but like, what do I do next? Like, I want some more help. I want some more support. So I know there's lots of you that want to go deeper, that want to have more of a roadmap for their business, and want to do some more work on themselves, because the results come from taking the information and implementing it. Like we've said so many times this week, haven't we all been to a webinar, watched something, gone, oh, it's so interesting. I've made all these notes, boom, shut the notebook, it's in the cupboard and we don't do anything with it. You've got to take the information, you've got to implement, you've got to live it, embody it. That's where you get the transformation. That's where your business becomes radically different. That's where you feel different. That's where the action feels easy. And at every phase of business, you need growth to get to the next level. Whether you are starting and your next level looks like your first 10 clients, or whether you are quite established and your next level looks like adding another £2,000 recurring income into your business. Yeah. There's so many levels, and each level needs a different version of you. I see this in myself, I see this in my clients. You know, we're on kind of like version sort of 25 something, which is amazing because that's what gets you to the next level. And this is something that you can get support with, because I know like so many of you have reached out saying it feels overwhelming, like there's so many things that you need to do and you don't quite know where to start, be that starting with a new business, or be that, you know, been more established for a while but want to have new income streams. You can get help with this, you can get support. You don't have to figure it all out alone, like I didn't. I have the most amazing coaches and mentors for my business, and I have for a number of years, and they have helped me to create these shortcuts and take these huge leaps forward in less time. And I wouldn't be where I am if I hadn't had help, support, and someone to lean on when it got hard in business. And I'm ready to support you guys with this too. I'm inviting you all to take the next step. I'd love to do this together. I'm here to support you. And you're going to need to meet me halfway though. We've just opened the doors to the Expert Academy program, which is my flagship 12-week program where I will show you how to add more clients to your business and more revenue. If we go on to work together, my signature program is designed for practitioners, canine and equine, who want to grow their businesses. It's specifically for practitioners, which is why we get such incredible results, because it's not just generic business advice, it's advice for practitioners. It's tried and tested. It's my eyes and ears on your business. So you're getting personalized care and attention within this group program. 12 weeks. We have a Facebook group. We have a members area with all of the curriculum in. So you've got so much to go and learn, and my support with that of my team to implement it all. The learning materials follow my 5-step process that I've developed from 20 years in the industry, working with almost 100 practitioners, and my high-level sales experience. I'm so grateful to have had time in corporate sales, because it does give me so much to offer you guys as well. And I walk you through exactly what you need to know when it comes to building a client base, working with vets, building an online presence, and adding an extra revenue stream into your business. You know, guys, this week has been amazing. And, you know, we've been together, we've probably spent, 3 hours together. And look what a change you've got. Imagine what it'd be like after 90 days. Imagine having more free time. Imagine having a clear plan. Imagine having these extra clients. Just think how different your business could look. My one regret for myself in business is I didn't get help sooner. I wanted help. I resisted it like mad. I didn't feel, I was just like a tired mum pretending to have a business. I didn't feel worthy of that help. How wrong I was. It was the fastest way to move myself and my business forward. And when I finally did say yes, I was so scared. I really, really was. So if that's you thinking, oh, I really could use some help, but it feels scary, it feels a bit icky and worrying, I've been there, okay? I've been there. I know what it's like, but I also know what it's like on the other side. When you do say yes, you do the work, yeah? When you've invested, you do the work and you get the results. That face coaching investment I made it back within a month, because I was so determined I was going to get my money back. And it really does sharpen you up for sure. And I would love to support you guys. I really would. The Expert Academy will really help you get ahead as a therapist. We can help you stop trading time for money, finally have those weekends off, finally have admin days and all the other things that you desire. So if this is a yes for you, I am going to share in the comments and in the chat the link to book a call where we can chat through the program, see if it's the right fit for you. And if it's not the right fit for you, I am going to tell you, I really am. We want to support people that want our help. We want to support people who are ready. And, you know, I spoke to a lovely person earlier this week who wants to join the program and it's not the right time. She's busy finishing off a training and she's joining in June when she finishes that. And that's absolutely magical. So we'd love to help you. We really, really would. I'm sharing the link so you can book a call to learn more about the program. We can see if it's the right fit for you. And yeah, I can't wait to help you guys further. We'll be around in the group for a couple more days because the replays will be up until Wednesday. And yeah, massive thank you to everyone for taking part. It's been such an amazing week. Right, I look forward to seeing some of you on calls later. I look forward to welcoming lots of you into the Expert Academy. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for taking part and being part of this amazing week. See you all very soon. Bye.